this, and then this. Aloha, Rich Halverson here. This is ITS227. And in this video, I'm going to start you off doing the challenge exercises, challenge activities in chapter 6, starting the first chapter on JavaScript. So if I share my screen, here we are, and we can see there's a bunch of challenge activities here. And let me just check. I'm curious, taking people's time. Okay, so the class is about at the time of my making this video, the class is about half finished with the challenges. So this is helping. This will help you guys. All right, so JavaScript. Okay, so you have come to this class learning, having or knowing some programming language, and it's probably Python. And so the main thing that we have to learn, so what we're learning right now is JavaScript, which is different than Python, but it does the same thing. If you search on Google for the difference between Python and JavaScript, you can read a bunch of things that people think are different, whatever. But the main difference is that JavaScript uses curly brackets, whereas Python, the Python language, uses indentation. So when we're making a block, like if you have an if, and if do this, if something is true, do this block, otherwise do this other block. Those are blocks. In Python, we indent a bunch of code, and that's the block that you do if it's true. And then you can put an else, and then you indent that. That's what you do if it's false. So that's how you make a block, like a while loop. You indent. In JavaScript and in every other language, we use curly braces. So we start a curly brace, and then we put the code inside, and then we end the curly brace, and that defines the block. So that's the main difference, and everything else is sort of a subtle difference that at this point you might not even notice that there's a difference between Python and JavaScript because of how you do your coding. But having to do with the type value types, and what happens if you use a variable that hasn't been declared yet, and that kind of stuff. All right, so this talks about the difference between this. This is the syntax and the variables of JavaScript. By the way, JavaScript is different than Java. From your point of view, coming at it from a Python point of view, Java probably looks just like JavaScript to you. But with Java, there's a bunch of different things having to do with what happens if you don't declare a variable properly, and scoping and all kinds of other stuff, security. But anyway, so this talks about JavaScript variables. How you define a variable? You use the word let. You don't really have to use the word let, but in this case, they teach this to you because having to do with scoping. It's good practice. A lot of this is good practice. They say you should use this bumpy caps way of writing variables with the lowercase starting and then the uppercase. That's just all preference. And if you go from language to language, you don't have to adopt this particular custom of making of writing a variable. You can use underscores if you want to. Okay? Yeah, you can do it this. It says you should do it this way, but you can do it this way and you can do it this way if you have some consistent thing in your mind for why you use a particular convention or not. So anyway, we should go through all this and different data types, same array stuff. Python arrays. Python has arrays, and Python has more fancy data structures built in than JavaScript does. But JavaScript objects can do things like pass functions as arguments and so on. Anyway, and with these participation activities, you can always you can click and see the solution. So in this case, you're just changing this to something that's going to read it from the console, which is the prompt statement, the prompt. And so you can put prompt in here, and I think that's the only difference. Anyway, all right, so here's the challenge. Let's do this challenge. Write a statement that displays to be or not to be. Well, that's just using the console. I think we're writing it to the console. When they say write, we're writing it to the console. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna say to be or not to be. Not be. To be or not to be. Paste, and I don't need this first part because it doesn't mean this. Okay, so it's that. I think this is it. Yeah, right. So, all right, what's next? Write a statement that displays the variable as there are 10 dogs. Oh, they mean console. Is that console.log? I gotta start remembering these things. Okay, parentheses. Quote, there are space quote, I think this is it, plus sign, num dogs, sign, dogs, semicolon. Got to put a semicolon after each statement. You don't have to do that in Python. You do in JavaScript and every other. And I believe that's right. Yes, yes. It looks just like this one here. Okay, check. Oh, what did I do wrong? Oh, forgot. Is there a period there? Oh, my screen is. Try again. There are 10 dogs. Something next. Prompt the user asking, what city do you live in? Let's see. How do you prompt the user? Like this. Okay, I'm going to do something like this. And I'm going to say city. I'm going to call my variable city. And the prompt, and I bet you put what you want to display on. I bet you put that in the parentheses like Python. Yeah, input, right? What city do we live in? Question mark. And then display the results as console city winter in space plus city plus space is nice. Period. Nice. Okay. It's gonna close the quotes and then close this and put a semicolon. Is that right? Oh, good. Let's see. This is only 8 minutes and 55 seconds, so I'm going to do the next one. Okay, arithmetic operators, same as Python, pretty much except for divide. In Python there's the double divide slash, and that means it's an integer divide. Oh no, that's divide. Yeah, it's integer divide. In JavaScript, it has more to do with how the operators are defined, whether it's integer divide or not. So let's talk about that. Well, anyway, go through all this. There's not a number. Okay, let's do this one. Write a statement that assigns this with a division of value 1 by value 2. Okay, I can do that. this. Oh, it probably wants me to put let. Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute. It already has that thing. Oops, wait a minute. Let's read the directions. I'm supposed to modify this line. I see. Is it to this value 1 divided by value 2? Let's see. Okay, good. All right, what's the next one? A drink costs $2. Pizza costs $7. Given the number of each, compute the total cost and assign it to total costs. Okay, so total cost is this, and we have to modify this, and it's going to be 2 times drink quantity plus $7 times pizza quantity. Okay, so let's see if this is right. Oh, this is too easy. All right, what's next? Now I got 3 things. You may want to order enough pizza for everyone. Use slices per pizza, that's this. Slices per guest, that's this. And total persons, that's this. Variables to compute the total number of pizzas needed to feed all the guests and store the result in pizzas needed. Okay, here we have pizzas needed. Total may have a decimal place. Note, your code will be tested with more. Okay, all right. So I guess it's it's going to be, you have 12 people, and each person is going. You have total persons, and you're going to multiply that by the number of slices per person, and that tells you how many total slices you need, right? Total persons times slices per guest, should be slices per person. And that's going to tell me the total number of slices that I need. And then, and so now, then I divide by the number of slices per pizza, and that tells me how many pizzas I need. So I'm going to say divided by slices per pizza. Okay. Let's see if this is right. Oh, this is too easy. All right, number 4. Concatenate with day number, that's this, and store the result in the user date variable. Concatenate day number with value number and store the result in number result. Note that your code will be tested with more than one. Okay. All right, what's user date now? It's user date is month name with day number. So I'm going to say it's month day, month name. Oh, and look, they've already put a space after the month. So I don't have to worry about that space, do I? So I can just concatenate it with day number. And then we have concatenate day number with value number and store the result in number result. Okay, so All right. So I want this to be a number, right? And day number is 4. So do I need to convert? I may need to convert. Okay, and you have to do that in Python. I can't remember. Yeah, you do. You have to int. You got to use int in Python. Here you use parse int. I'm quite sure. So I'm going to test and see if that's right. I'm just going to put day. All right. In another language like PHP, you can say value number plus day number, and it will see that this is a number, an integer number, and you're adding something to it. And this sure as heck looks like a number because it's sure looks like a 4. So it will interpret it as a 4, as the number 4, and then add the 2, and it'll be 11. In this case, we don't want to do that. We want to concatenate the 2, right? It says concatenate, right? Concatenate, and that means we stick them together. We treat them like we treat them like concatenate number result. I guess it's supposed to be a number result, but it says concatenate. Okay, so okay, I think I'm thinking about this wrong. I think, but when they say concatenate, they mean what they want is 47. Can't be right. I could look at the result, but I'm just going to test it and see what happens. All right, I'm going to start by putting this and see what happens. Okay, it's wrong because I'd expected this. Oh, wait. Oh, what? Oh, I was dumb. I was making this much more difficult than it as usual. I think they just went this day number with value number. So I'm going to do plus value number. And I think that let's see if this is right. Oh, it is right. Okay. Well, all right. I thought I'd have to use parse int or something. If they wanted it, if they wanted 4 plus 7 to equal 11, then I'd have to use parse int. I wonder what would happen if I did that, because its number result is it was a number because it was equal to 0, and then now we've changed it to. All right, so so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try. Can I try this again? Yeah. So I want to do this. I want to make it day numbers parse. I'm going to do. Okay, I'm just going to make this parse int, and now I'm going to see what it says. It doesn't. Okay. Oh wait, did I spell it right? Oh, I didn't spell it right. Sorry. Oops. Let's try this. E. Okay. Let's see what this does. Okay. Yeah. See. So it took it as 7. It took it as 4 plus 7 equals 11, rather than 4 concatenated with 7 equals 47. See here I added the numbers instead of concatenating them. So anyway, but I already got the right answer because I did it. Okay, it's been 20 minutes, so I'm going to stop this video and start making a new one. All right. Thanks for watching.